All right, we are on the draw for match 5 of this league. The thrilling conclusion. We're gonna keep. Well, I mean, we did keep. I like keeping this. Unclaimed territory smells like humans again. That'll be fun. Pretty sure. Actually, do we forked bolt? This is blue. Why would they get blue? Don't they need to play? Oh, champion of the parish. I'm strongly considering not playing my land. Sorry, not getting a land with Traverse. Now I'm definitely not. Cast that Bauble. Shock with this. We're killing that champion. That thing gets big. That thing gets very big. I'd probably forked bolt with Extreme Prejudice if the opponent was playing a Noble Hierarch. Get their Mana Dork off the table. I almost feel better about it, given that they have a champion of the parish. Those things honestly get massive. This looks like a freebooter. Uncounterable, so Disrupting Shoal going to do a lot of nothing. That's probably fine. I don't think Disrupting Shoal is very good here anyways. The opponent knows our hand. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. I like that a lot. I didn't realize we had both. We tried it against Breach to see how many Goyfs they knew about. But I didn't know that it actually straight up just shows us stuff. Once they take whatever they're taking, we're going to get rid of it. That's cool. That's a nice window. And you can collapse it, pop it out. Traverse, that's fair. That is a fair take. Close that. We're going to look at what they're going to draw. I want to hit my next card. Going to be a Hierarch. Well, guess what? We have a window for that too. A window for everything. Oh, wow. Well, we're not going to end up using that Traverse. They might just have a Reflector Mage on 3, which would be unfortunate. Not really something we're going to play around when we basically cast Goyf regardlessly. I almost would cast Goyf if I knew they had Reflector Mage in hand. Sooner or later, they're going to end up bouncing Goyf if they do have it. And our other play is flash in Snapcaster Mage, which will hopefully be flashing back a Forked Bolt. Meddling Mage, probably going to name Snapcaster, possibly the Forked Bolt. Usually they name Lightning Bolt, but given that the opponent knows what we have, I'd say they probably name something else. They chose Snapcaster Mage. That's fair. We're taking one because there's no way they want to get in front of Goyf with that. Flooded Strand, not a card they know about. Bam. Oh my god, I didn't realize both would be like that. It's just like the graveyards. For whatever reason, it did not occur to me that it would look so good. The opponent apparently stuck on 2 lands, so that's relevant. Snapcaster Mage doing nothing. Shoal, debatably, I mean, we literally can't cast Snapcaster Mage, but I don't see why I would want to cast the Shoal. Let's get rid of the Goyf as well. Maybe we should just leave it at normal size, something like that. That's good. They know about the Misty, so we're going to play that. They don't know these two, and we get in for 4. I said this in the first match against humans. I'll say it again. In my limited experience, we very much want to be clocking them. Sooner or later, their board is scary. We might be seeing a 3-drop. We might be seeing Hierarch plus a 1-drop. Mantis Rider, pretty dang good for them. Green for a human. Avacyn's Pilgrim, okay. We could have shoaled that. Maybe that's the play. If they have another... I kind of like shoaling this Hierarch just because we're doing actual nothing else here. And Hierarch Exalted matters. So I kind of like it. X is 1. That is correct. Oh yeah. Get that Shoal out of our hand. The only card they know about is Snapcaster Mage. I'm just going to get rid of this. Second Hierarch for the opponent. Well, if they had both, things would probably be worse for us. As is, we're going to take 3. They're keeping Freebooter back for some reason. Oh, Exalted, same thing. Yep, that makes sense. So yeah, otherwise we would have taken slightly more damage. The race often isn't necessarily good for us, but I think we do still have to race in this matchup. I can traverse for something good. I feel like it shouldn't be a Tarmogoyf just in case we top deck a Tarmogoyf, because if we end up getting a Tarmogoyf, top decking a Tarmogoyf, and they have a Reflector Mage, we're in a probably bad spot. I think I would rather traverse for a Mandrills. That probably makes them swing with the Freebooter instead of the Meddling Mage. We're going to end up taking some damage off of getting a Breeding Pool here, but I think I can live with that. Obviously, we need the Breeding Pool to be able to cast our follow-up Fatty. Let's grab Hoots. Only going to delve 4 here. 2 lands. Disrupting Shoal currently... Oh, cancel. What am I doing? This is silly. We go to combat. Should definitely not be delving before Goyf gets in, because we don't know how small Goyf is going to end up. It's not that unlikely that we can put Spell Snare into the graveyard, but it's pretty unlikely. Think I would rather have the land, the artifact, the sorcery in the bin. Mandrill's pretty good. They probably just laugh at us if they have a Mantis Rider, though. White, colorless. Lieutenant, that's uncounterable. That's pretty good. That's really good. Cavern of Souls doing plenty of work for the opponent here. They probably still just swing with Freebooter, but now we have a harder time when attacking them. That Flooded Strand actually was a real cost this game, because if it were a Scalding Tarn, we would have been able to get a Stomping Ground, and we'd be able to go Bolt the Meddling Mage, Snapcaster Mage, Forked Bolt something. Let's untap. Another Mandrills. Okay, well, we can play it. Do we swing with the team? They have to give up something to eat our dudes, which is nice. If we swing with both, and they decide they're not going to block, and just hope we don't have a Lightning Bolt, because we probably would have cast Lightning Bolt by now unless we just top-decked it, and they do know about Snapcaster Mage. What else is revealed here? Mandrills, when was that revealed? Off of Bauble, maybe? They don't know about Mandrills. We just drew it. Okay, so assuming they don't get the Exalted Trigger because they're swinging with the team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We get to block a dude, probably the Meddling Mage. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is actually just lethal. So we can't swing with the team. Huh. That's awkward because I really want to swing with the team. Yeah, we're low enough that we cannot attack with everything. Okay. In that case, we can't cast Snapcaster Mage at all. So that's irrelevant. Spell Snare, pretty unlikely to do anything. I think we just play Mandrills, hold up Steam Vents. I believe I want to attack with the Mandrills here just because they can't chump it with the Lieutenant. I kind of like that. They trade with it a little more easily than Goyf. That much more easily. I believe we are dead to Reflector Mage, so there's that. Goyf also got a lot smaller just now. Snapcaster Mage got a lot worse. Goyf's a 1-2, that's pitiful. That's a bad Goyf. Oh, we're actually seeing the drawback of Delve and Goyf. That doesn't usually come up. But you know what? When you have multiple Mandrills, eventually the strain on the graveyard catches up with us. We got the opponent to 6. Snapcaster Mage looking very bad here. We don't know what the opponent just top-decked. We have Spell Snare up, but they have Cavern of Souls, so I doubt Spell Snare does anything. Actually, you know what? I would cast it here, even if they use the Cavern, if they play a 2 CMC creature, because Spell Snare, unlike Disrupting Shoal, can only target a spell it can counter. Disrupting Shell can target anything, but it'll only counter something if the CMC matches. Spell Snare can target only 2 CMC spells. So if they cast a 2 CMC dude, we target it with Spell Snare, and that gets an instant in the graveyard. That means Goyf's a 2/3, and that might be relevant for keeping Goyf on the battlefield through our blocks. I believe if they have a Mantis Rider... Actually, we survive a top-decked Mantis Rider, so that's cool. Just the freebooter coming in. And we're actually dead to another hit from that freebooter. So we either win or we deal with their stuff. Two CMC spell. We're going to snare it. Oh yeah. Got the card in the bin. That's what I'm talking about. Goyf's a 2/3. That's progress. Oh yeah. That's going to name Bolt. Do we have confirmation? Naming Forked Bolt. Oh, that's actually a bad decision. We hit Serum Visions. We're going to play it. Grows Goyf again. We hit another Goyf, which actually is completely irrelevant. We're going to bottom both of these. So we attack with everything, and the opponent needs to survive. So they need to make sure the Mandrills don't trample over enough, and they need to chump Goyf. If they end up blocking with Hierarch, we can theoretically survive the freebooter, but I'm pretty sure even if they chump with Hierarch, they're going to have something left over. Then again, we get to play Goyf. So what happens if... We're going to combat math for a while here. Combat math's hard. Okay, we swing with 1 Mandrills. They block with, say, the Lieutenant to ensure that they're not dead to Lightning Bolt. Freebooter kills us. We attack with just Goyf. The same thing happens. We attack with both Mandrills. They probably want to block... they can afford to take 2, so they block 6 toughness worth of trample damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have Goyf back. We also have this Goyf, so we theoretically survive. So attacking with 2 Mandrills is okay. Now what if they block with Mage, Pilgrim, Lieutenant? Because we need to force them to block with the Hierarch. Or block with enough stuff that we survive. So if they do block 2, 2, 2, we still die. Block with Goyf and Mandrills. They chump Goyf. Block Mandrills with 1 dude. They go to Force, safe from Bolt, Exalted Freebooter. So I do believe we swing with everything. And if we do, they're going to chump Goyf, let's say with the Lieutenant. And then they need to block 6. They block 6 trample damage, take 2, go to 4, they're safe from Bolt. So if they chump this with one of their little dudes, they block 6 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're just dead in every scenario if the opponent plays it right. So I believe we just swing with the team. We need to hope that they screw up combat math, because that's the only way we get out of this. They're blocking with the Hierarch. So they're probably giving up being dead to Bolt. Maybe not. Goyf cannot block both of those guys. It looks like they're just giving up playing around Bolt. The opponent's probably thinking if we have Lightning Bolt, we probably would have used it. And if we just top decked it, then, well, it's not all that likely. So... that ordering is fine. Too bad Goyf doesn't have trample. The opponent's going to go to 2. We're going to be sad. We're going to cast this Tarmogoyf. We are going to die. We can't block both of these. And the jig's up. They now know what's in our hand. I do think we're supposed to attack with everything there, just because if we don't, we lose anyways. So the opponent has to not care about playing around Lightning Bolt for us to have any chance there. So I think we gave ourselves the best shot we could. EE definitely coming in against humans. Mountain, 2 Huntmasters. We're going to bring in Artifact Hate. Pyroclasm for cheap sweepers. Flash Freeze looks bad. So does Ceremonious Rejection. So does Reveler. I'm going to board in 2 Blood Moons. I don't actually know if we want Blood Moon here, but you'll notice they didn't have Aether Vial that game, and they didn't play Hierarch for a very long time. I'm really not sure how we sideboard. It looks like this is the version that plays Aether Vial, no Coco. Well, to be fair, actually, we didn't see anything that was specific to either list, I believe. But I do think it's pretty unlikely they don't find a Coco or a Path in that many cards. What happens if we control F humans? They probably weren't on the Nightfall variety. 4-color humans, we didn't see any red cards, so we'll assume this. What do we got? This deck plays Path and Coco. Avacyn's Pilgrim we saw. I don't think the new one plays that. We might be assuming that they're on Coco and Path. The new humans deck, the Aether Vial one, once again not necessarily new, possibly just newer. Do both versions play Unclaimed Territory? Yes, they do. Okay. Now this version doesn't play Pilgrim, so I think we should actually assume they are on the Coco Path to Exile version. Then again, that's just one list. 100% of these lists played Pilgrim, and 0% of these lists did, so we're going to assume they're on this. That makes Blood Moon a lot worse. How good's Blood Moon against the Coco one? I kind of like it against the Vial one. I don't think I like it against Coco. They have Rest in Peace, so I don't hate bringing in Destructive Revelry to hedge. It has some game against both variants. Blood Moon looks a lot worse if we're going up against Coco. Maybe 1. Nux seems too slow, although it could maybe brawl. Let's cut a Mandrills. We're going to be interacting a lot. Cut these Scours. 1 card left to go. Did we cut Disrupting Shoal? We didn't. Well, we're gonna. Traverse seems fine here. Not great. Maybe we cut 1. Maybe for another Blood Moon? I think both mana bases are pretty greedy. Let's do that. Submit that while we can. We're going to be on the play here. Hopefully this is good. Give it a go. 1 land. We're going to go turn 1 Delver, turn 2 Lightning Bolt, turn 3 hope to hit a land by then. We do have Dismember as well, so this isn't the worst keep. We could get punished. Our curve's pretty high. We're going to mulligan. This hand is, well, we don't have Disruption, so I'm a little hesitant to call this better. But we do have 2 lands and 2 Serum Visions. So I guess we're going to try to find the Disruption. We're going to shuffle away that Tarmogoyf, but that should be okay. I don't want either of these. Tarmogoyf on 2, not the worst. Not exactly what we want to see, but I think that's fine. Planes for the opponent. Champ. Makes sense. We're just going to play a Goyf here, and the opponent might have a really big Champion of the Parish soon. I think I'm okay with getting a Forest here. We want to conserve our life total at least a little bit, and I also want to play around drawing Blood Moon at least a little bit. 2 white for the opponent. Lieutenant coming down. Champion going to be a 3/3. That's pretty good. Bauble, fantastic for us. Now, using the visions is free, so I think we start there. Land on top, something I want. Pyroclasm, honestly not going to be great. Really don't want the next Goyf. This Tarmogoyf's going to get pretty bad anyways. We're going to swing here just because I'm going to shrink this Goyf. Crack the Bauble before doing so, of course. May as well get the extra point in. And now we're going to shrink Goyf to get a Mandrills into play. Draw that land. Next turn we can Pyroclasm. Hopefully that's decent. The opponent probably going to have a massive champion of the parish by the time Pyroclasm comes down. Here's a Reflector Mage, gonna bounce Mandrills. That's rough. That is rough. We'll take 6. And Lightning Bolt ain't bad. Don't think it's good enough, but it ain't bad. We can Bolt Reflector Mage. Can we Bolt plus Pyroclasm profitably? We kind of can. Deals with Champion and Lieutenant. Reflector Mage is going to stick around through that. Now, there's only land in the graveyard, so if we attack with Goyf, they might just block, but then we lose our Goyf too. I don't really like that. I think I'd rather they have a Reflector Mage, we have a Goyf. That seems fine. I'm actually going to get the basic mountain here, because we're at 6, and we don't actually have blue spells in hand. So I really don't care about how much blue mana we have. Pyroclasm, going to make Goyf a 4/5, thanks to dealing with creatures. And we 2 for 2'd with that exchange, so that's not bad. Don't know if it's good enough to get us over the hump here, because the opponent was pretty aggressive. Champ into Lieutenant, into Reflector Mage, bounce your blocker. That's pretty good. I'm a fan of this deck. I really am. I like tempo, obviously. And fish decks are tempo. Meddling Mage, probably naming Bolt, maybe Pyroclasm. I could see naming Pyroclasm. Naming Hooting Mandrills, that's pretty good too. Land Huntmaster? Land Huntmaster. That top deck Flooded Strand might save the day. We are not attacking with Tarmogoyf here. Actually, should we? It's a 4/5. They need to triple block to deal with it. I think I'd rather sit back for a little while. I do think we need to clock them, but I'd rather be a little safer. The opponent has Coco up. That's scary. They're probably going to Coco on main phase, I would think. They know about our Hooting Mandrills. They don't know about the second Huntmaster. What do we got? Looks like a Coco. Oh, it's a Reflector Mage. Well, that's going to bounce Goyf. We are going to chump. We could double block, but then we lose Huntmaster. How bad's that? We trade Huntmaster for Champion of the Parish. We're casting another Huntmaster anyways. That's not the worst. This Huntmaster won't get to transform for a little while regardlessly. I don't think we're going to have too many opportunities to take out Champion of the Parish. Plus, we get to keep a wolf token. Can we EE on 3? We can't cast this Goyf because it was just reflectored. I really want to EE on 3. We can't cast Mandrills either. Does that make me want to EE on 2? Not yet. I want to live. If back-to-back Huntmaster doesn't buffer our life total enough, I don't think we have much of a chance. The opponent with a land makes me pretty happy. Well, Freebooter's going to take EE, and that kind of sucks. But not really anything we can do about that. We actually might just pass the turn to have Huntmaster shoot something. The opponent doesn't have Coco up, so that is relevant. If they did, passing to transform Huntmaster gets a lot worse. We're going to double block one of these reflectors with the tokens. Take 2. That should be okay. This is fun. Creature-based magic is fun. Has this always been a thing? We can't cast either Mandrills. Goyf is going to enter tapped. If we do go for the transformation, okay. Oh, we obviously transform. It gives us a 4/4. We just have to hope the opponent doesn't have path. Yeah, that's not really much of a contest. We don't use our mana at all, but using our mana here kind of sucks. That's going to happen. And I kind of want to shoot Thalia. Also kind of want to shoot Meddling Mage to free up Hooting Mandrills, but I think Thalia is better, because we can at least cast Tarmogoyf. Plus, Thalia has first strike, harder for us to block. All they need is any Lord, and that one becomes basically unblockable for our Ravager. They sack a Horizon Canopy, try to hit something good. Path to Exile going to be very bad for us. Sack the second Canopy. Looks like they drew Ancient Ziggurat. Well, obviously at some point they drew it, but it looks like it was something they drew which caused them to sack more canopies. Because usually you want to do that in the late game when you have a lot of lands. Huntmaster pulling its weight here. A creature spell gonna come down. It's a Hierarch. The opponent not casting anything else. They swing with Freebooter, which is pretty good. We really need something we can cast to transform this Huntmaster again. Wooded Foothills, not something we can cast. Going to play it. Okay. I think we attack with the Ravager, because they probably don't block it. If they do, we deal with Meddling Mage. I literally can't fetch shock here. So dealing with Meddling Mage actually isn't great, in which case we probably end up dealing with the Reflector Mage instead. No, I think we still deal with Meddling Mage, so we can go Goyf this turn, Mandrills next turn. And not attacking seems really bad when the opponent has a Freebooter going. So I'm going to swing with this Ravager. Believe we have enough blockers with Wolf plus Goyf on the following turn that they need something decent to kill us immediately if they decide to just take 4. And on the other hand, if we don't attack, we're going to die really soon. Hierarch off the top literally kills us. Looks like they're going to put 2 dudes in front. That's something I like. And I do think I want to deal with the Meddling Mage first. Assign 2 to each. The opponent going to stay at a healthy life total. Here's a Tarmogoyf. And I'm wishing this Goyf, well, either of these Mandrills were a Bolt. That would be so good. Bolt Freebooter. Get EE back. I mean, obviously, there's no reality in which Mandrills is an interactive spell. But, come on. Freebooter does so much work for their deck. I love it. Now, Thalia, okay. It's Bolt or bust. We busted. And it's not going to transform in time either. Oh, that kind of sucks. Well, it's been a while since we 2-3'd. I guess we probably were due. We're going to swing with the team. I mean, if we had a Lightning Bolt, we wouldn't be attacking here, because we would just take out Freebooter. So the opponent just needs to not die. Blocking the Wolf pretty free. Maybe we shouldn't have attacked with it, but we're dead anyways. So I don't think that's really relevant. Playing Mandrills instead of Goyf to get Trample also I don't think relevant. Just because you want Trample if you want to block if you want to trample over something, in which case we're hoping that we do a few damage to them, draw a Bolt and kill them. And if we're drawing Bolt, we're not attacking, we're just dealing with Freebooter. So I'm gonna play a Mandrills. Delve some stuff. Sure. Well, now they know that we're actually dead because we tapped this mountain instead of delving another thing, but that's fine. As soon as they attack, we're gonna GG's them anyways. I mean, you're attacking with the Freebooter regardlessly. Let's block Thalia. She's annoying. 2-0 for humans here. That puts us at 2-3 for the league. A little disappointing, but they were fun games, and we learned some stuff, so that's always good. We also got to deal with Thalia, so there's that. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.